reasonable with respect to what the supplement is going to do for you, then yeah, sure. Alright. What do you like to do? What do you like to do cardio more when you go to the gym or work out? Well, I obviously would lift weights more than I do cardio at the gym. If you, I mean, you know that I stream all my training, right? I definitely, mostly will lift weights at the gym. Doing cardio is usually just going for walks and stuff like that. But if you have, you know, goals that involve improving your cardiovascular fitness, then you might want to do some cardio, right? Nothing wrong with cardio. And the real Shooky, 1 whole year? Oh my gosh, dude. Let me hit you with the flicks. For the 12 months in a row, the full year, man. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it, man. You guys are getting some work done today on the sub count, too. 38 subs and resubs today, in addition to going, I think, definitely Golden God. Probably a little bit, probably Golden God and a half. Creeping up towards ×2, I would imagine. Thank you guys very much for that, too. Very kind, very generous of you. Let's get some shoulders, dude. It's the last boss who can drop shoulders, I believe, right? Give me that loot. Oh, this place can't even drop shoulders at all? Like, at all? Oh, no. Oh, no. Alright, well, that's fine. We'll run it anyway. Did I see your chat before? I'm not sure. I'm really new to WoW. What are some essential add-ons I should get? I wouldn't really say that there are any essential add-ons. Something that you could do, you might want to check on my add-ons video if you like the way that my UI is put together, but I mean, realistically, you can probably just play the game with no add-ons at all and you'll be fine, I would say. But, certain things might, like, you know, change up your UI to make you have a UI that you like the look or feel of better. For example, I like having my buttons arranged like this, and I use a add-on called Bartender to do that. I like having my nameplates look like this, right? So I use a thing called Unit Frames Improved for that. No sub for my flex, or no flex for your sub. When did that happen? Did you sneak in there while I was fighting something? Let me just flex right now then, man. Thank you very much, Jones. I appreciate it, man. All those PvP weapons, I think they're crafted weapons. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, honorable combatants, yeah. Yeah. Dude, don't put that curse on me. Okay, thank you. The curse lifted. Okay, good. Sorry I missed you, man. Probably got in there right in the middle of an intense battle. Well, you can find add-ons for all different kinds of stuff. Like I said, if you haven't gotten the Twitch app yet, Twitch app's a great way and/or place to find some cool add-ons, but you don't really need add-ons, right? Yeah, this tank does crazy damage. I'm not sure if all tanks do crazy damage. This guy's definitely bringing the heat, though. Definitely bringing the heat. Oh, I kicked one. I guess it wasn't the right one. The Frost DK's AoE stun is actually a lot of utility now because warriors don't have shockwave anymore. Demon hunters don't have AoE stun anymore. I think monks definitely still do, but still kind of cool. We like the numbers? Yeah, me too. I like the numbers being a little bit more tuned down a bit. And we are doing a lot of PvE right now. We may end up doing some more PvP as time goes on. But Q and Dungeons is just a really nice way to get some serious item level, which I think helps me out in World PvP too. So what we're doing right now is part of the process of getting swole for World PvP. It's just part of the deal. Because I mean, we could do Mythic Dungeons eventually, maybe too. Get real strong, maybe. Maybe. I don't mind doing PvE if it makes a meaningful difference in my PvP strength. I don't mind. I was unaware of that intense ones. Did I ever keep playing Dark Souls? I haven't played it since we last played it now. Not yet. Fun game. But I really just have been having a hankering for some WoW, dude. Like I said, I mean, I'm really excited for Classic. But what's so cool about BFA is that I think a lot of things that have me excited about Classic are present in BFA. Now, not exactly the same, but it's similar enough, right? Like the World PvP thing. Very excited for World PP and Classic. World PP is looking great in BFA so far. So we can have fun with that. Like we were talking about before, it just is very important that there's no flying in BFA, and then it'll be all right. No flying in BFA. Sorry. No flying in a war mode. They can have flying in non-war mode. I don't really care about that. If you want to fly faster to get to your dungeon or your world quest or whatever, that's fine. That makes sense. But for war mode, where we're primarily interested in, you know, creating a world PvP environment that's fun, then that needs to not have flying in it, for sure. But I will continue to put that message out there, and hopefully it continues to be, or hopefully it will be heard and incorporated. Hey, Droz, thank you very much for them 23 months in a row, man. I appreciate the love, dude. And the Biggles, let me hit you both with the flicks. That one for Droz, and one for Biggles. Thank you very much, guys. Says, I'm not up to date. Why is World PvP and BFA great? A couple reasons. Oh, must be nice. Those are plate. Couple reasons, right? So war mode is like the kind of the main factor that's tying these things together. So all servers are essentially, oh god, are essentially PvE servers initially, right? Until you queue for what thing called war mode. And so war mode is a thing that you can toggle on and off in the main city. And also to hit Carl's with the flex as well. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate the love, dude. You can toggle that on and off in the main city. And so once you toggle war mode on, it means that whenever you go out in the world, you're basically on a PvP server. But it's not just that. It's that you have access to your PvP talents at all times. Like even just when questing around, you know, killing rares and whatever else you want to do. Your PvP talents are always enabled. You also get extra rewards for doing things. So you'll get more XP for leveling. You'll get more artifact power, more gold, more war resources and stuff for doing world quests. And it also scales it such that all players can participate in a relatively competitive PvP environment, right? That's another one of the coolest things. So if you're leveling and a 120 comes in your zone, you can fight him. You can probably kill him if you're skilled enough, and you know you got some decent gear for your level. You're gonna have a good battle. And Zigmas, thank you very much, man. I appreciate the love, dude. They didn't remove PvP servers. They did not. That's what's happening in BFA. As all servers are the same, but you can elect to do war mode, which is really neat. So it's not really that all servers that they remove PvP servers, not yet. But that's super neat. I love that, and it's felt really, really good. And the way that World PvP is balanced so far feels way better than Legion. Even though this is alpha, or this is just a beta, I feel like the World PvP balance feels much better than Legion. And Elkstud, let me hit you to flex that Twitch Prime sub as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So it's got me really excited. And they've also got like incentives for you know, World PvP. Like you can actually get your weekly conquest from, you know, doing stuff out in the world, right? There's like drops that happen that will give you stuff. There's different mechanics, like where if you kill 10 of the enemy faction without dying, you'll become an assassin of your faction. Like, so I'd become like an assassin of the Alliance, right? And so I would get a 15% damage buff and a 15% healing buff. But I would also be marked on the map eventually for the enemy faction, so they would have to try to come kill me to, you know, knock my assassin status out. And if they do that, then they'll get a bag that's full of like gold, full of like crafting reagents and stuff like that. So there's a lot of really neat stuff that's built around World PvP. And I think that that's kind of one of the focuses of the expansion, is to try to have a return to World PvP a bit. That makes me happy. I think that's super cool. So there's probably things that I'm forgetting to mention because we're doing a dungeon right now. But from what I've done so far, like I said, last night I logged, it was late. You know, we just got done bringing Jenny home from surgery and stuff, so it was kind of a big day. And it also was a little bit late, so I just logged on to kind of set up my UI a little bit. I wanted to get some of these add-ons that I like set up, and then afterwards I did some like World PvP off stream. I probably logged in, let me see. Yeah, I probably logged like 50 honorable kills last night, just running around ganking people doing world quests, you know, getting Alliance assassin status, having people, you know, hunt me down like across the world, and getting into some really fun battles and stuff. And it was so fun. And I hadn't had a World PvP experience like that in a long time, so it's got me really excited. It just really is important that we don't have flying enabled in war mode to me. Hey, PJ Pax, let me hit you with the flex for that fresh Twitch Prime, so thank you very much, man. Yeah, I haven't done any war fronts yet. I haven't been able to, like, get a queue for one. But I definitely have been doing a fair amount of World PvP. And the more I play BFA, the more excited I get about it. Like, initially, I was like, okay, I mean, it seems neat, but they haven't really changed much about classes. We didn't have really access to a lot of content in the alpha, but in the beta, as they've done more stuff and as they've kind of shown more PvP stuff, I get, you know, increasingly more excited, and optimistic is not really strong enough of a word. Very, very excited. I think it's going to be awesome. And like I keep saying, like, some of the things that are exciting about vanilla to me are present in this expansion, right? The return to world PvP is probably like one of the main things. It seems, at least right now, that gear is once again kind of an important factor to your character's strength in PvP. Now maybe it's only world PvP, but even in like skirmishes and stuff, it seems like my characters are more powerful. Like their health goes up by a lot more than it used to by having better gear. And I like that kind of stuff. I don't mind doing PvE to get gear if it makes a meaningful difference in my PvP strength. But at the same time, it seems like there's more stuff in place to progress from a PvP perspective, and not only just like getting higher rating in 3s. It's like also like there's world PvP stuff to do, and it's repeatable stuff, you know? It's not like, you know, there's something like you can get a Slayer of the Horde title if you get 10 kills while being tracked as an assassin. That's a title, maybe not super repeatable. You can't get that title more than once, but you can go out and do world quests, become an assassin for your faction, become strong and kill stuff, and have that experience of being tracked and, you know, running around. So it felt not, I mean, this might be kind of like a bad comparison, but it felt almost like a battle royale, you know, like where you're out there on your own. You know, anything can happen. You know, you always have to be on guard for enemy players, and if you see an enemy player, you probably should start killing them before they kill you, you know? It just felt so cool. And especially when you're hunted by the enemy faction, then you know. Like, if you see one person, you better kill him quick, because there's probably like a team of 5 coming to kill you, so you might have to, you know, evade the enemy, or pick them off one by one, or, you know, have like epic samurai duels out in the desert like I was doing. Because like there's no, when you're hunted, there's no question. Is this guy who's running at me right now trying to kill me? It's like, absolutely he is. You take him out. But Ewok friendly, let me hit you with the flex for that Twitch Prime stuff. Thank you very much, man. It's so cool. I love it. And you don't really know about a 120 dying to a 112? I mean, why not? Why not make everybody in war mode able to participate in world PvP? Like, what's the downside, right? What's the downside as a 120 to having a fair fight against a lower level character? Like, leveling isn't like something that takes a long time to do and is like a, but I leveled this faster than this guy. I should be able to gank him better. Like, I don't know about that. And what's the disadvantage of a 112 being like, okay, I mean, normally if a 120 was rolling through my questing zone and saw me, wanted to kill me, he would kill me in one auto attack or something like that, right? That's not cool. That's not fun for anybody. But instead you have like a cool world PvP battle, you know? That's not a bad thing. That's an awesome thing. Oh, he needs that belt. So I'm really excited about it. The fact that you have, like, I've talked about this before, the most important thing for, like, an MMO to be successful, or an MMO's PvP to be successful, or whatever, the best thing that can happen is more people participating. And the fact that everybody in the zone who does war mode is a participant, including people who are leveling, is awesome. So even if somebody's like, you know, I'm not max level, but I want to come, you know, join in this PvP battle, they can. They can be a helpful member. Now, I think I'm pretty sure that somebody who's a higher level and has really good gear is going to definitely stomp somebody who's lower level and doesn't have great gear for their level. But at the same time, low level PvP might be a thing again, right? You might have some 110s who do war mode with their experience locked and have crazy gear for 110, or probably more like 111. And they're going to be like devastating PvP opponents because they have so much good gear for their level, which could be a whole other aspect of the game that people have enjoyed in the past, but haven't necessarily been able to do now, which is the low level PvP thing, right? So it just gives a lot of avenues for really cool gameplay. that I'm excited about. But like I said, I'm gonna keep saying it. It's so important that they do not have flying in war mode. And I know they give you an item to knock people off their mounts and flying mounts in war mode. I've tested it. It does not knock people off their ground mounts. If they want to have an item that knocks people off ground mounts from like a close range, that's fine. But we really should not even have flying at all in war mode. Like it's a no-brainer. You don't have flying in BGs. You don't have flying in AV. You don't have flying in Arena. You don't have flying in Ashran. So why put flying in a PvP environment that's designed to have PvP flourish? It's just such an easy call. I'm gonna keep saying it, man. I'm very passionate about that. I think that the beginning of expansions is always so much fun for World PvP because nobody flies anywhere. Then as soon as flying comes out, World PvP just vanishes. It just evaporates. So not only do we want to avoid that, you know, World PvP evaporating, we actually want to encourage World PvP to flourish, and all this really, really cool stuff that they're doing with war mode and whatnot to encourage World PvP would be gone like that if people can just like fly around, right? If people see that you're an Alliance assassin, they just take off, fly in, kill you. It's not exciting. Somebody becomes an assassin of the Horde, they can literally just take off and fly wherever they want. It's just lame. But if you know that you're going to be hunted, and you have to get on that ground mount and escape in a reasonable amount of time if you want to leave the zone, that's kind of cool, right? And if you see that a Horde assassin is on the map, and you get a group of your friends to ride out to them, you know, you might not be able to make it in time before they kill even more people, right? So it makes a chase element, right? And you do have the Flight Master's whistle, so if you want to do like a quick speedy hearth to get somewhere else to escape a gank or something like that, you can you know, Flight Master's whistle to a flight point. I mean, I'm not against that, but I am definitely against flying. Right? I think that one of the coolest things about World PvP, now I don't love getting stream, you know, sniped and ganked, but one of the fun things about that situation is you have to, or even if you're playing with your friends and you guys have been ganking people for a while, and then the people that you're ganking call for help and they make a bigger gank party to come gank you, and then you got to figure out a way, well, how the heck are we going to get out of here? You have to find a cool way to escape. And I think that's actually kind of part of the fun. Uh-oh. Our tank's dead. Uh-oh. I'm going to fear these guys for a second. And I think that's fun. What's not fun is being like, oh, I'm going to res, like, you know, where they can't see me and mount up on my flying mount and fly away. And then we're both just going to be flapping in the air looking at each other being like, okay, so who's going to go to the ground now? Like, that's stupid. Yeah, you can heroic leap 3 times up a mount. Like, that's cool. But this thing where everybody has mounted up and they're just kind of flapping, you know, above the ground, waiting for someone to land so you guys can resume World PvP, like, that is so lame. And once again, I'm not I mean, I am actually anti-flying overall, but now that we have a distinction between war mode and PvE mode, like, it's a no-brainer. It really is. Just disable flying in war mode, and it will be awesome. Enable flying in war mode, and everything that they have worked to do to make World PvP cool will be ruined instantly, unfortunately. It's just lame. But you can do so much cool stuff. Like, it really is so close to like a really cool return to old school World PvP. That's just one factor that really needs to happen. You know? That's one factor that really needs to happen. But I have super high hopes, man. I have super high hopes for World PvP in BFA. It's been so much fun. The more I play it, the more fun I have. That playing last night off stream, doing just like, you know, off stream ganking, so much of a blast. Yeah, I definitely think it should be easy. I don't know, but I imagine it's not too difficult to just have no flying in war mode. You know, as a setting, right? You just treat it like it's a battleground or whatever. You know, ground mounts and stuff are fine in BGs. You know, that's plenty. And I think the Flight Master's whistle, you don't have to hearth all the way out. Like if you're just getting ganked and you don't want to go all the way, oh god, I'm gonna get chained and die. And you don't want to go all the way back to your town, that's fine. You know, oh, sorry, you don't want to go all the way back to your hearth location, that's fine. Just go ahead and Flight Master's whistle out and you're good. Then you can say, oh man, I escaped, whew. And then you can figure if you want to regroup and get back in the fight, or you're, you know, you're still in the general zone, and those guys can say, okay, what's the closest flight path? This guy just whistled out of here. Are we gonna go check on that base? Are we gonna go try to predict where he's gonna fly to next? Like, it just introduces so much more exciting World PvP gameplay than two groups of people just flapping at each other in the air, waiting to say, no, you go to the ground. No, you go to the ground. You know? We have such an amazing opportunity to make this so freaking cool, dude. Ooh, if you don't need those, I think he might. Oh, he definitely does not. Yeah, hook him up, big fella. Hook him up, big fella. Oh, juicy. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. Getting geared up for World PvP as we speak. So, the reason I'm talking about this so much is I feel like it's very important that we sort of begin to voice that opinion as a PvP community, because they do listen. Developers do listen, and I think that if their intention is to try, you have to take a look at what they're doing. If their intention is to try to create exciting, vibrant World PvP experience, and it seems like that's what they're trying to do, you must not have flying in war mode, or else all that effort will be ruined. So you got to kind of start that discussion now, because I think like I said, I'm so excited, man. I think there's so many things about the new expansion, especially war mode, that will make PvP really, really neat. Are we not gonna fight these guys? Oh, there we go. We're fighting them. That'll make it so much fun. The things that make me most excited are war mode, the fact that everybody can do PvP, right? The fact that that war mode gives you extra advantage, or not extra advantage, but extra, like, you know, rewards for doing it. That's kind of cool too. I think the most exciting thing is just the fact that there's a focus on World PvP, and it's a more balanced experience, but your gear still does matter. But everybody can participate thanks to the scaling. That's what I like so much about it. Just gets me really, really excited for BFA, because once everybody gets to have this experience, because not everybody's been able to play the beta, right? So they don't necessarily know what I'm talking about, or like why war mode is a thing. So this is another reason why I'm talking about it, is I'm letting y'all know this is why I'm excited about it. And I'll be like I said, sharing some more content from World PvP, because it's an easy enough thing to sit in a queue and just run around and do world quests, but also battle, because that's what makes the PvP servers so cool, is that you always have to be kind of on your guard. And even just doing stuff like world quests, you know, you gotta make sure that you're watching out for horde in the area. You gotta decide if you're gonna be peaceful or not. But since you're doing war mode, you can sort of expect that's not the case. Obviously, if war mode is active, you can't fly aside from flight pass unless devs are just dummies. Well, I'm not gonna say it like that, but yeah, it's something that I haven't really seen discussed, but is definitely a big deal in my mind, that we cannot have flying and expect war mode to be anything other than just kind of the same kind of not great experience that I think has ended up happening with flying. This is a chance to really turn things around with World PvP. And I think that, like I said, I think that's what they want, just because that's what I've seen from the decisions that they're making already with war mode. And so it's really important that you know, that sentiment be made clear. It's like, hey, everything that's happening with war mode right now is awesome, but if flying is a thing, then all of that will be for naught. But yeah, I think that people are gonna have so much fun, and I keep saying it, but the people who are sort of excited about vanilla for certain reasons, like if you're excited about vanilla for the purpose of like world PvP, you're really in for a treat. I think somebody has to pummel that, right? There we go. You're really in for a treat, because the World PvP in BFA could be amazing. The options are pretty crazy cool, especially because you have world quests too, right? So world quests give you a reason to be out in the world doing stuff, reason to engage in World PvP beyond just like farming for your profession stuff, which is still a thing. But there's also the inclusion of world quests. So there's also like some very clearly identifiable hubs where World PvP stuff will be occurring, because you're going to be want to get this world quest done because it's got a nice piece of gear, so other people are going to be there too. And even if you're not interested in doing the world quest, you know, you know that people will be there to do it, so you can gank them there, right? It's going to be so cool. No! So close. So close. So close. Will they bring back dishonorable kills? Why? Well, that's the cool thing, is that as of right now, you know, even low levels that are leveling, not only are they honorable kills, but they're actually like a good battle because people are scaled to be, you know, paired up, right? There's supposed to be some parity there. There's supposed to be some evenness with respect to the battle that can occur. And I love that, because the more people who are able to participate in PvP, the better. Oh gosh. Those things don't get cleared, huh? Ooh, spooky. Alright. We lost one. Okay. There we go. Dude, no shoulders. Are you kidding me? That's right. I can't be mad about no shoulders, because this place doesn't even drop shoulders. That's right. That's right. We need some shoulders. You can toggle war mode on and off. That's exactly right. So if you're just chilling one day, you're saying, you know what? I really don't feel like getting ganked. I just want to log in and watch Bajheera on stream and do some world quests and just relax. You can do that. And you can say, well, you know, I just want to, or, you know, I don't have that much time tonight. I can't really be dealing with getting ganked. I just want to use my flying mount and fly around and get my world quest done. Then you can go to PvE mode and be able to fly around just fine. But if you're like, I want to scrap today, you can do war mode. It'll be a blast. I'm so excited for it, as you guys can tell. Probably the thing I'm most excited about. It's gonna be so much fun, man. It's gonna be so much fun. But yes, I agree. If war mode has flying enabled, the change was for naught. I agree. Yep. Ground mounts only will make it so much fun. So that's why we're talking about it now, because we got some time to affect policy. Our opinions can affect policy. So, gotta make it known. Feel me? Oh. Anybody can get it, that's right.